Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm here today for part 3 of growing using the Three Sisters growing method. Today I will be planting the third sister, the squash. Now that the beans have grown at least 6 inches tall next to the corn, we know that when the squash grows, it will not shade out the bean plants from growing. I'm gonna plant a couple varieties of winter and summer squash. I will be planting the squash in spaces I left down the rows about every 5 foot. If you'd like to see part 1 of planting the corn and why I am using this method, I'll put a link up here. If you'd like to see part 2, I'll put a link at the end of the video. If you like what you see here today, press like. If you'd like to continue to follow along with my home mini farm, hit subscribe. To plant these seeds, you only need a depth of about 1 inch. I'm also going to plant one back here on the back row in this big area that I left. I think I'll put 2 seeds just to ensure that I get at least one of them to grow. Now I'm going to move about 5 feet down here, put one in the center row. Now I probably only really need about one more squash in the field to cover the ground on this end. However, I want to ensure that I get them, so I'm probably going to plant one right up here and then another in the back row. And if I get both of those, I'll probably pull the one from the front up so it's not spreading into the yard. The one in the back will probably spread across the corn easier. I like to water my corn by using a flood the row method. This allows for full watering of the roots. However, with these bean seeds we just planted, I'm going to need to sprinkle onto the bean sites. Now we'll just allow them to grow. The three sisters growing in a symbiotic relationship. The beans pulling nitrogen out of the air and feeding it to the corn. The squash providing ground cover for weed control, shade, and prevent the water from evaporating quickly. Keeps the ground soil moist. Well, that's the planting of the Three Sisters method. The next part of this series I'll film will be how to hand pollinate your corn to make sure the corn fully gets pollinated.